What was that cat that was running on the rift? You saw that, right?
I didn't focus on it as I was focusing on like getting the right transition for the production
Oh,
going.
okay.
So sadly enough, I can't really help you there.
Okay, so it was. I saw it running out from the red base. There was just a cat with like an arcane comet around it, and I thought, oh, is that Yumi? But obviously, there's no Yumi
Airy?
in this game. So, I mean, but like, is Eri brought around by a cat?
The airy fairy thing is like kind of like a fox like spirit, right? It
Oh
has
yeah,
like
it might have been that.
some cat like
Yeah, it's got
features.
4 legs and fur, so it's practically a cat in my books.
Yeah, actually,
Either
a fox is
way,
more like a doggo. Yeah, if you're going that
yeah,
route.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a fox is cute, so it counts.
Some foxes are cute, others aren't.
Ari is cute,
My
and some are airy. They're also very similar in the
no,
name.
no, no.
Just I
Ari's
realized.
not cute. Ari's like a different version of that word.
Anyway, bot in 2v2. Player
Anyway,
players.
bot lane 2v2. Let's go. Xiuhao taking a lot of damage. And that's Ariete and CBL saying we will have the upper edge in that matchup. And now we'll have the upper edge in lane.
Yeah, as just now. Yeah, that 2v2. Not really detrimental. I mean, of course, Rakan would be favored in the theory of it, but Team Secret bot lane very ready to fight into this as they just now already get wave control. This is not a good look for the side of Team Wales fighting into that. Also, one like silver lining for the side of what Team Wales brings to the table. Ari, very strong in the early game, speaking of her own priority. Also on for a tank, even against something like Camille, which hard counters the on, can control the wave quite good in the first few levels, and at least should so. If Nagia is able to do that, remains to be seen. But with this tank dealing so much AoE damage to the wave itself, it is something where on can at least like have some remaining kill pressure onto the Camille around level 6, depending on how well the timing of the Hextech ultimatum is really used, as the Forge God, of course, is a very strong asset to really fight these 1v1s.
And we have seen Orn's picking up solo kills in the past. Presumably it was Emperor, knowing him. We'll see whether Nagia can emulate that and whether Nagia can bully out Hero, as he has been doing for, I want to say, this entire series, really.
Yes. As, of course, our staff members are fighting in the Twitch chat. I got kind of distracted by that, so
now?
it's when canon is discussed, it just kind of happens. Either way, shouldn't focus on that on the cast as much. What I also think is interesting is Eddie going for the Cull this time. Like, he knows that this will be a scaling lane, and he doesn't feel too threatened by the Silver Vulcan lane at all, despite playing with an Enchanter. And he just not really giving too much respect over to it, and he knows that he will get the big Cull cash in later on. And Hero, I mean, he is a good Camille player. He has also been that in the winter and spring split so far, and it's one of the stronger mechanical top laners in general. Really makes good work against this On, even at the first few levels, where I would say On is still somewhat favored.
Okay. Actually, quick fun fact, Quincy. I have never used Cull as an item in the game. I've never actually bought it.
Ah, that just means you aren't based, I guess.
Yeah, true. I guess. I think that's the only item in the game that I've never used, actually.
Did you buy Vigilant Wardstone? You probably did, right?
Yeah, I'm a support.
Yeah, but it's Vigilant Wardstone.
Oh, Killer Queen. He just cancels the hookshot, forces Hero to flash, and Hero surely is going to die under tower. First blood picked up by Killer Queen, and did Gear get blocked by the volcanic rupture?
Yes, he got blocked by his own pillar.
Oh, Nikia.
So, guess it's just a 1-for-1. Regardless of that, let me take away this small ad screen. Or non-ad screen, so to say, that Spoots, of course, greatly for us created.
And the sad thing about that as well is it means that Hero has been able to pick up a Sheen, which now means that this matchup is not pleasant for Nagia. If there isn't a Sheen, Nagia's fine, but now things are a bit rough for the Ornn.
And it didn't look too fine in the first bit before, and as we here see how Hero manages the great escape with, of course, Camille being a champion with flash, kind of mobile here. Hookshot beautifully gets dotted by Killer Queen Spectral more, and Hero just now once for the hills. And here we see how the volcanic rupture pillar kind of denies Nagia. He has to go for the kill. And, I mean, his decision option was kind of like, do I go for a 1-for-1 or for a 0-for-0 and just be happy with the flashes? And I think they should actually, it was the correct call to go for the kill. They spent 2 flashes for it. Yes?
Hang on. The bit when Nagia goes under tower is completely unnecessary because he did no damage whatsoever to Heroes or Killer Queen. Nagia was just following Killer Queen, and then he got trapped and took a tower shot.
I have bad eyes. Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Shame on you,
pretty
Nagia.
sure he did no damage.
this just now lost you the lane, I guess. I mean, he wasn't doing well in the first place. Now he's on a few more ruby crystals, which the Camille will of course care about, as she deals 2 damage and just has more HP to threat towards. But as you pointed out, she has the Sheen right now, so this definitely increases the damage of her own Cho'Gath ultimate on the Q, which is the position protocol coming out. And that, of course, will be very hurtful for Nagia, as we see in the CS department already. It's looking pretty hero favored right now.
So far, so good for Hero, despite that early gank from Killer Queen. The rest of the map, relatively slow, which is sometimes what you can expect in the 3rd game of a series when, you know, the whole hopes of that series are on the line, and especially for Team Wales wanting to make it into playoffs, they need to find a win. They have a really tough strength of schedule coming up. Eddie's just kiting 1v2 here and just being completely unpunished by CBL and Arietti, both being forced out of the lane, neither of them wanting to jump onto this Zeri, which is completely baffling me.
Yeah, Eddie's just 1v2ing and winning. Very nice champion, of course. The bot lane from the side of Team Wales wasn't really shopping yet, and we just now see Noonquiver and the Cloak of Guilty being picked up by the Silver, as he was already on the circus. Killer Queen now can contest the Scuttle at least. I think he got it. I think it was Killer Queen's Scuttle. Yeah, it was. He's also a level ahead against Penguin, and at this level, the smite damage still matters in this scaling of the level itself. So, Penguin, they're on the back foot a little bit, but Eddie and Hero in this game already stepping up.
I genuinely want to know, like, if CBL just grand entrance is there, does Eddie just, flash it and kill him or something? Because I'm really confused at how, like, the pair of them just let Eddie just zone them away from the wave.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen. I'm really baffled. I mean, yeah, yes, the circus, but that just doesn't just make him 1v2 the lane, right? Either way, I think both Iredi and CBL kind of being scared of him and not really trusting each other too much, I guess. Or maybe just expecting that Penguin or Jura would be in the vicinity, but that wasn't the case. And
yeah,
he would just now we see laning against Nagia, having the wave very much controlled and just going for the slow push here. So Nagia just has to wait a little bit. He can't really approach the wave, as the Camille would just destroy him in a straight up fight.
Yeah, I think you're right. They probably thought Juhao or Penguin were hovering nearby, and Eddie using that to his advantage. The first Drake of the game is up and available. It is that Ocean Drake. Has been sitting left alone for a few minutes now as Killer Queen looking towards this top side. However, spotted out by Wood. It does have to clear that one away, and Penguin is waiting, lurking, hoping that Killer Queen goes and tries to make a play.
Exactly, and now we see Artifact stepping out of lane a little bit, and what we really want to see is him like using this Weaver's Wall to like some side lane pressure effect in the later stage of the game. So far he kind of hasn't been doing that, as also the first level of the Weaver's Wall not having that insane range that it will only get at around level 11. Using the bot lane already, or we almost don't see it because it has happened mostly off screen, having to use his ultimate defensively to really escape from Eddie and still being on the wrong side of the trade.
I mean, to be fair, Eddie used his ultimate as well. The Lightning Crash is on cooldown, so the pair of them using their ults, but Arietti also using Ghost as well. So clearly Arietti wanted a lot of movement speed, as now Team Wales starting up this Rift Herald.
And that's very dangerous because, of course, Penguin has a Cyclone. Wukong's level 6 power spike a lot more impressive than the one of Killer Queen. And here you see Artifact play.
Here's a Weaver's Wall, but Hero has already died instantly. Team Wales start this fight off fantastically well. They're looking towards Penguin. They're trying to get a reset for Killer Queen. Another Cyclone, but Glory will survive. And it is 2 kills for Team Wales. Is starting to be a very reminiscent of Game 2. Team Wales with 3 kills, and Team Wales should be easily able to pick up this Herald.
And Team Secret was terribly off sync in that segment, as Eddie wasn't really there for the fight yet, and also Artifact not really making anything with his Weaver's Wall. Hero gets exploded right away, and Penguin, yeah, nice Cyclone, and it was by him, as I was pointing out before. But Killer Queen getting the reset manages to buy him enough time to really survive it. He basically lost no HP in this whole skirmish. It is first Herald plus 3 kills for Team Wales, an absolute disaster for Team Secret, as he will see again outplayed out. Hero is very much the siege end here.
This
can't
is a
even
4v5 as well.
Yeah, he can't get his ultimate off, so Hero is basically not a champion, yeah. And it's also, yeah, Silver's not even there. It's them losing both sides of the map right now. They lost Herald, they lost some early plating money and experience on the bot side to Ariete just pushing on the silver, and still 3 kills for the side of Team Wales. And Team Secret just in game 2 just now have to look at this mid game and be very, very patient to play this one out. They can't just force fight against Team Wales in the next minutes, as Team Wales will be very oppressive with that lead.
And as you said, very similar to game 2, maybe exactly the same as well, as Artifact now getting caught out, uses the seismic shove to push CBL away, but Killer Queen has enough damage on its own to be able to secure the kill. 5th kill of the game for Team Wales.
Yeah, 5th kill for them. The gold lead now extends further. Artifact getting caught out. A little bit uncharacteristic for them, I would say, as Artifact has been popping off this split as well as the last one. Team Wales now looking to reward themselves even further with going for this first Ocean Drake in general, even before the buff, something that's quite strong, as this extra sustain just makes laning so much easier for basically anyone involved. You just go for short trades, then just back off a little bit and heal back up, and just makes you those trades that you were losing before are just now even, and those even trades before are just now winning trades for you, and this just means so much for them. As of course,
what about the winning trades?
Yeah, you win them even harder. So
yeah,
very good for you. Yeah, and
just had to check.
Yeah, thanks for asking anyway. As hero against Nagia, however, I think one Ocean Drake alone is not going to fix that, and sadly for Team Wales, there are no more Ocean Drakes in this game.
No. Sad times. Maybe for some reason I just got it in my head now that we're going to get a bug and we're going to get an Ocean Soul after this next break. Just randomly is just going to appear in the thick of 3 Hex decks maybe. However, Team Wales, a very good start to this game, and I don't even want to fault Team Secret because they did all the right steps, just like they did in Game 2. They out-rotated Ariete, they got more members towards the fight, but yet they still managed to lose, and as a result, it became doubly bad because Ariete wasn't there. Tower plates went his way, now he's got that Kraken Slayer completed, which is going to make things a little bit harder for Eddie, a little bit harder for Team Secret in any potential upcoming fight.
Yes, as Glowy just now pushes out the wave. It's also a little bit ahead in CS due to all those early game prowess that Ari really provides. And yeah, bot lane from Team Secret not really having fun right now. They are also having to defend this Herald charge, but I think Team Secret is very, very angry about all this happening and will go for a fight.
They are, but look how quickly the Wukong gets popped. Killer Queen able to steal away Penguin Soul, and now this is a 5v4. A lot of damage from the Ultra Shock Laser, but the charm lands, and Eddie will fall in the blink of an eye. Team Wales snap engage onto the ADC. Hextech Ultimatum, Killer Queen taking so much damage, but just about survives and gets enough time to be able to start the engage. Nagia will fall. Team Secret looking to potentially turn this. The outer tower has a fallen hook shot in, and it's a double kill for Hero, who rights the wrongs of the previous fight. CBL will fall as well, and Team Secret get the fight. It's a triple kill for Hero, and now they're looking towards a glory.
No mana.
Tactical sweep will find the slow. Seismic shove as well, and it's a shutdown, and Team Secret find the ace.
It's an ace for Team Secret, and it's just Team Wales winning a fight, but then just overreaching a tad too far, and then going just for this top lane tier 2 to bot lane tier 2 to dive. Hero, what a hero play, living up to his name, going for this hookshot wall dive to really in onto the backline, as here we see the play again, and it actually starts off pretty well for the side of Wales. Forge got used, CC chain just too big to really make Penguin do anything. They followed this without a Cyclone, by the way, and just now with this Herald being pushed down, and just now we see some damage landing by the side of Eddie, but Eddie himself just gets blown out of the water, and without those 2 targets they still managed to win it, as Artifact, yeah, just now manages to trap the stolen Zeri, which is Killer Queen, in this Hextech Ultimatum together with Hero. Very good shove coming up by him. Hero just now gets shutdown after shutdown, as he on the Camille, very mobile champion, can just clean up one after another. Goes for the flash wall dive to kill the Sivir, and now the chase is on. Threaded volley come out from Artifact, and nobody really escapes. Glowy, yeah, he just runs for the hills, but he has no mana. Easy target for a Camille Talia combination, and Team Secret with this is back in the game.
And I really want to praise that flash from Hero, because he didn't need it to extend its range. He needed it to flash over CBL, who would have body blocked the hook shot to keep Ariete alive. And as a result, you take out the ADC, you remove any remaining damage threat from the side of Team Wales, so you as a Camille don't die yourself after you make the hook shot play. Team Secret firmly back into this game. They still trail by nearly 2k gold, but that was a large amount of gold going back their way after what was a very questionable start to that play.
Absolutely. And them collecting all these shutdowns, I mean, just so juicy to really be also in the position where you can spend all this money. And I was highlighting it before, the draft is kind of going well for them, as they will have this Camille that will not be answerable by anyone in the side lane. This Camille just now got 3 kills on her own, and we have seen, like, an extent of why Talia is usually banned in games like this, or just banned in the current meta in general, as she can do so much with this one good size make sure to really, like, flip members into team. Just seeing them, getting them closer to you, and just also, like, at least halfway, just killing them on your own damage as well. With Artifact now hitting level 11, his Weaver's Wall also has a lot more range and can be used from mid lane to bot lane or mid lane to top lane almost straight away. And this will be something that Team Wales now has to respect permanently.
Team Wales still with the goal lead, still with control over the game, pushing in this mid wave to give Killer Queen space and time to be able to pick up the second Herald of the game. And so far, just the one tower being picked up by Team Wales, Team Secret, and more specifically Hero looking towards this bottom lane outer tower. Glory being forced to teleport to be able to match Hero and try to stop Hero from picking up their first tower of this game.
I think Hero will be very hard to match in this game, as we just now see Nagia together with Killer Queen being in the top lane tier 1 turret. Does Team Secret know that, however? Herald is not being used in top lane. Team Secret just traded for the Drake, I guess, and is kind of fine with it, I would say, just stopping this potential Drake stack soul snowballing from Team Wales, and with them also getting like at least one turret on their side. I think they are overall happy with that, as however they bleed another top lane tier 2 turret potentially, but with Eddie being around, I think it will be fine. TP's coming out, they will fight it.
But Team Wales are making their way over as well. Nagia has just been left to Eddie's devices, but they're turning onto the teleport from Hero. This is beautiful from Team Wales, and Hero will fall, stolen away by Killer Queen. Hook shot over the wall, looking towards Eddie, but not going to be able to land a CC. Force to a jump over the wall, just about surviving. Penguin, Ultra Shock laser lands, gets slow. Eddie flashes forward, finds the kill, and it is 3 kills for the side of Team Wales. And now they're looking for more. They're looking towards Glory and Ariete, but they won't overchase. They won't make the same mistake that Team Wales made in the previous fight.
When you said 3 kills for the side of Team Wales, it was actually just 3 Wales really laying emptily on the strand right now, and just being able to pick up by the side of Team Secret. TP came out from Hero, and Hero, just now we see it, is not yet tanky enough on the Camille. Struggling in this team fight in general, if many abilities are still left on the table for the side of Team Wales. Could get CC chained again this time, and he's just on the Divine Sunderer plus the Merc Treads and the Chain Vest, so he can just get killed. But the follow-up was beautiful by the side of Artifact and Eddie especially, with those clutch Ultra Shock lasers hitting, and Artifact being able to secure the kill with his threaded volleys, and the Liandris actually being the one that finishes off Killer Queen in that segment. And Secret gets back into this game. I mean, they are scaling brilliantly. The gold lead is shrinking and shrinking. The Drake was also picked up by them and Team Wales. They kind of felt like the hand was forced, I would say, as they go for this top lane push play, which just was in general the correct play to take. But them not taking this top lane tier 2 turret means that gold-wise they didn't get much out of it.
Oh, they did get the tier 2 tower eventually. I don't know how. I think the Rift Tower maybe got another charge while the fight had started or something. But I feel like Quincy in this game, and in game 2 as well, every time I see a fight setup and I think, oh, this team has got the setup right, they've done all the right steps, they end up losing. We saw it before with a 5v4. Team Secret ended up losing it. This time we saw a great collapse from Team Wales onto Hero. They then start a 5v4, and then they end up losing the fight. I don't know how it went wrong, but it definitely went wrong at some point. Maybe it was just Eddie stepping up incredibly on a mechanical aspect. But either way, Team Wales are now finding themselves in a situation where Team Secret have brought that gold deficit back down, and now it's just 1.5k.
Yeah, it's just 1.5k, and yeah, in 2 of those fights it was just Hero getting blown up, but he would maybe think that he was already the late game Camille that can at least like survive the initial burst, and early game Camille just can't do that yet, right? She just needs like some items to really be in this position. Mostly just a death stance bleeding kind of stalling the teamfight for her, where she just needs to deal her own damage to really make this survivable for her side. As right now, game is kind of slowing down, and this is definitely speaking in Team Secret's favor. This Zeri will be very, very strong in the further team fights, as she maybe is already, I would say. And Penguin, when he's level 11, his Cyclone will also have a huge impact. I mean, Ariete can spell shield many things, but he can only spell sheet the initial knock-up coming out from a Cyclone. The further ones will still knock her up.
Let's not forget though, Team Wales scaled very well themselves. They were an absolute menace towards the late game, and with Nagia and Ornn, a lot of ornaments available to help all the members of Team Wales get a little bit stronger.
I mean, in 5v5s, yes, I mean, they have the on for the engage, but on isolatedly wouldn't really scale well against the Camille, I would say. And if you compare hyper carry against hyper carry, I pick the one with the enchanter. What 10 out of 10 times for sure. And
I mean, Rakan's technically a kind of enchanter.
That's something that you can't sell me. I mean, come on.
True.
Anyway.
By the way, we have a fight. Weaver's Wall coming through, looking towards Killer Queen, but Ariete with the on the hunt is going to let Team Wales be able to back out of this one. And in the end, Nagia's teleport not needed.
Yeah, not needed. Just the Weaver's Wall as a disengaged TP coming out. This is just also a small win for the side of Team Secret, I would say. As of course, immediately Shuho burnt his flash and he could be an easier target for something like Glowy. As speaking of picks,
Nagia caught out in the Weavers, or pardon me, in the threaded volley, will fall in as a kill, going the way of Hero. Team Secret get the one kill, and that is all that they needed from the play.
Yeah, all they need. The death timer also syncing with the Cloud Drake timer right now, and Nagia just now got rid of his TP, so he won't have it for a potential Drake setup, and it will just likely, however, be just a setup for the side of Team Secret. Just go for some vision and just some pushes, as we just now see Hero pushing out this bot lane, getting like some time to scale on every member. At the Nagia would maybe still be in a position to really fight for this Drake, and the setup in general kind of just isn't there on Team Secret side. The map is still very, very dark, but we see Team Secret kind of got their stuff together this game, got to chill a little bit in the mid game, and Team Wales not able to really snowball with all these early picks they got. Remember, they were like 3k gold ahead and was absolutely looking oppressive for them, and then all these shutdowns really happened for the side of Team Secret.
Something else I'd like to mention, we saw it in one of the previous series last week when we had this Rakan against Lulu matchup, and I believe it was, I think it was Zin who was playing the Rakan as Glory fishing for an engage. But going back to that Rakan point, when you're playing Rakan and you're looking for that quickness, if Zhu Hao's eyes are just on the Rakan and you polymorph the Rakan, that is a huge engage threat gone for the side of Team Wales instantly.
It's also just a main engage. I mean, they have multiple sources, we gotta admit that to them. They still have like the Forge Shot coming out and a potential Spirit Rush into Everfrost or Charm play for the side of Glowy, and Killer Queen is there as a secondary engage. The On the Hunt from the Silver also makes engaging in general a bit easier, I would say. But Team Secret just now very, very comfortable in this game, just getting this next Cloud Drake as well, and gold-wise, they are basically back to even right now. I mean, what's 500 gold at this point of the game? It's 23 minutes into it, and also the gold value from these individual drakes by now would make up for that small deficit either way, as we just also see how Team Secret with Hero on this Camille by now kind of scaled, has a death stance right now, has a stopwatch for good measure to prevent all these plays where Camille just gets one-shot instantly to prevent that from happening, and with this, Team Secret will likely be able to just break open the map even further, as they could just put Hebo in one side of the map, the rest of the squad on the other side, and just have this TP as a backup plan and just get turret after turret, while Team Wales has to force teamfights on this on pickup, but it will be very hard to do so against this mobile Zeri coming out together with the Lulu.
Let's not forget, we did ask the question of Team Wales whether they were clinical enough, whether they could force an advantage in Game 2, because we said, you know, they would eventually get outscaled, and they were able to do that. They were able to show not just to us, but to all of the viewers as well, that they have that ability against the team that is at the top of the standings. So they are making Team Secret work for this series as Team Wales continue their bid for players. They have 4 incredibly tough series in their final 2 weeks. They've got Secret now, then they've got Saigon Buffalo, they've got SBTC, and their final game will be against GAM as well. So they need to find wins, and, well, it's not like saying, oh, we're against the top team right now, so we can afford a loss here. No, you can't, because your next games will be equally as difficult, arguably more difficult, considering the form that GAM and Saigon Buffalo currently are bringing to the VCS.
That's true. Gotta say that in the second game, the scaling was a little bit more, less black and white, I want to say. So it was a little bit just... Of course, Secret also scaling well, but them just not having that good matchup. This time, they have the Camille into the Ornn, they have the Wukong into the Viego, they still have this Zeri lane with an Enchanter. Last game, yeah, Team Wales had a little bit more going for them with all these good matchups on their side, and also they still have a very oppressive gold lead this game. We see just now, Team Secret just getting this resource better allocated, right? It's just now Team Secret equalizing the gold score and even pulling slightly ahead. So they are in a great position right now, and Team Wales kind of look like they caught with their pants down literally as Ariete gets caught.
Yeah, Arietti thought he had the hunt. He thought he was safe, but you can't run out of the Hextech Ultimatum. Team Wells now looking for the fight. They're looking towards the artifact, but the Wild Growth keeping him alive for so long. And Killer Team can't find that kill. He can't find the reset. CBL getting caught, forced to go gold. The seismic shove landing onto Nagia. And Team Secret are taking the fight. It's a double kill for Eddie. 3-0. Team Secret win the fight, and Team Secret will take the tower.
And I really love how Team Secret is really playing around their abilities to keep their other teammates alive. The cycling coming from Penguin to just make Artifact escape after beautiful stopwatch by him. All these enchantment, all these stopwatches, all this CC, make it impossible for teammates to just reach in. Team Secret, with them getting the initial catch, just look completely untouchable by the side of Wales. And this just nets them a somewhat early Baron, I must say. And just now breaking open the game on their side, just showed them how clutch a top team can be. Gold League breaking open for them. They get all the big objectives, and TBC again how it played out. And already, how there, he stepped out of base, he was between the T1 and T2 turret, and that was just still enough for the hookshot wall dive to come in for the side of Hero. He didn't even need to flash that, as he didn't have that. Hextech Ultimatum coming out, and he will see the play. Artifact kind of being caught, but he could buy so much time with his stopwatch, with Penguin being there for him, and just kite backwards. Nobody really dealing damage, with Arietti being down, and Glory alone just can only watch as 3 of his members fall.
Those are the kind of plays, those are the kind of mistakes that you can only make once in a game. Now you know, it doesn't matter where you are, you have to give so much more respect to Hero on this Camille. Chirelius gets popped by Zhuhao into a hookshot, into the Hextech Ultimatum, or flash hookshot, Hextech Ultimatum, and Arietti is in such a tricky position, especially if, like in that previous play, he was all on his own. And now Team Secret, for the first time in this game, have a proper goal lead. You're talking about a 4k lead. They've got the Baron buff as well, so you can expect that goal lead to be extending even further as well.
And that's the thing, right? Hero didn't even need to flash for that. And we were speaking of how like Team Wales is maybe like the good 5v5 engage with this Orn Forge coming out with Volcan being there. And that was just the Camille from Hero just fit up team fighting, and it still worked for them. That's just how ahead Team Secret really is of the competition in Team Wales right now. Next Drake will spawn in a few seconds, and with all this control established through this Baron buff, and Team Wales now having to walk in towards Team Secret, it will be very hard for them to even contest that, as this will likely be a one fight for Team Secret or a one Drake for them.
These seismic shoves are so big, and, well, that timing from the grand entrance was atrocious from CBL. In the end, the Ultra Shock Laser will be able to find the kill. Arietti stuck in the Hextech Ultimatum, another kill for Team Secret. Now they look towards the Nagia. In goes Hero, picks up a double kill, and Team Wales are faltering. Team Wales are dying, and Team Secret are destroying them.
Yeah, and I gotta correct myself there. Team Secret will actually not get the Drake this time. They will just get the game instead and just go for the instant finish here. 4-0 in this team fight. They looked untouchable yet again. Engaged definitely looking good on their side as well. And with the full squad being there, Baron still on them. Glory, yet just like in the last team fight, just watches his team die and can't do anything about it. This Unraveled Earth by Talia, just such a detrimental spell to prevent him from doing anything.
A fantastic game from Team Secret. Team Wales made them